Welcome to another Do Not Disturb dog walk. We've come far afield today to Masterton, and we have a guest on the channel, my friend Emily. That's her there.
Hello.
She's wearing a microphone, we both are, so that you can hear us loud and clear. And obviously Quigley. Don't eat the poop, dude. Emily just asked, should we walk clockwise or anti-clockwise? And I'm thinking, oh, that's a good question. I have no preference. I'm willing to... one of the things that I do on these walks with Quigley is I let him decide.
Right. Well, either way, we're going to find a pathway. So if you want to go that way, pathway's over that way. Otherwise, we can just keep going through the car park, I guess. He seems to want to go this way.
He's probably highly attracted to all these animals.
Well, it does look pretty fun over there. That might be the gumbo area you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, oh, definitely, especially with these poops. Yeah. Yesterday's episode, which I actually, at this point in my real life, haven't uploaded yet, was definitely a gumboot track. We did a stream track called Rata Street Loop Walk in Lower Hutt. I really like that van.
Oh, they even brought some sunshine out for us briefly.
What did you say?
They even brought some sunshine out for us briefly. The clouds have parted.
Yeah. That happens to me quite a bit. Is that tower accessible? I'm going to bet that it isn't.
I don't feel like it is, but
It's got signs on it.
I'm sure I would have checked before.
Alright, I do imagine Quigley may need to poop. I try to...
You gotta go, right?
Yeah. Sometimes I wait until he's done his poop before I start a recording.
He's just looking for a good spot.
In my opinion, Quigley, the good spot is as close to the bin as you can. Then I can bin it real quick. Got a rule on the channel recordings that we don't record him doing poops. It's a good one, eh?
TMI?
Yeah, that's Quigley's private business. And then sometimes I get caught up in a situation where he's done his poop and I've panned the camera away, but then I have to figure out how to pick the damn thing up. So
you gotta do the bend and snap.
Yeah, I have done it while the recording's still going. But I've just started getting to the point where there's a pause button, just push pause and deal with it. So I had my heart set on like completely uncut recordings.
Yeah,
unedited, just raw, straight, because I don't have time for editing.
There you go. Look away.
There we go, look away. That's actually a good spot to just leave it though. I don't think we'd get in trouble for that. He's pretty good at that. If he pooped over there in the open and not in hiding it in the bushes, I would pick it up. Sometimes he poops in some ridiculous places and it's actually borderline impossible to pick it up.
He's happy now. He's much lighter.
Yeah, he's always happier after a poop. Well, I haven't actually pulled these wireless microphones out for a while, and I don't know how much they discharge on their own. You know, I always charge them up and then put them away.
Yep.
With the idea being that hopefully there will be enough battery in them when I pull them out next. But I guess there's a possibility. There's always a possibility, folks, that they might not last the entire walk.
Time will tell.
You learn by experience. You know. What's the phrase? Learn things the hard way, I guess is what I was thinking.
Yeah, I'm racking my brains too. I know there is one. It'll probably come when we're not looking for it anymore.
Yeah. Like 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll wake up.
Yeah, it's the one.
Trial and error? No. That's getting close. Anyway.
Perhaps we'll have figured it out by the end of the episode.
The
Or I'm sure someone will tell us.
passenger in that car has a marvellous hat. I don't know if the camera could see that. But Right, we're in the car park. Is there a path on that side of the cars?
Yeah, so if we keep going through, I suppose if we come this way, it'll be out of the way of traffic. Into the way of the geese.
Goosies! Quigley's pretty keen on a goose.
Quigley wants to go for a swim.
You know, those goose will beat you up, Quigley.
They would too.
They're tough as nails. Don't want to spoil this photographer's moment. Look, that goose is posing for him. It's posing for us. Quigley, I should have more control of him, to be honest. Yeah. Hi, good boy.
It's a cobra duck.
Photo bombers. I speak Te Reo Māori to Quigley quite a lot.
That's cool. You're a bilingual dog.
Well, I don't think it matters what language you speak to dogs.
Nah.
As long as the meaning is in your brain. That's part of the reason why.
It's just the communication between you guys, really.
Because it comes that we can communicate with sign language too, so that's not audible at all. Quigley's all hung up in the bushes.
Any animal's first language is body language anyway, so...
I believe so, yeah. What do you know about this lake?
Not a lot, actually, to be honest. I know it's man-made, and that they were planning... Recently, it was in the newspaper, they were wondering whether or not, because they divert the river to create these lakes.
Right.
So they were wondering whether or not to stop doing that and not have the lakes anymore. Do you want a spare hand? You got it?
Good.
But, of course, everybody loves these places. And the one in the park and the one here is... Everybody comes here. It's just a nice place to be. So they're keeping it.
Right.
I guess it would make sense to talk about it, though, because when there's droughts and it's a farming area, to be diverting water from rivers is a precious resource.
You found a poop, Quigley.
It wasn't yours.
That was the actual dog poop.
Yeah.
You expect to see the bird poops.
Oh, never mind. I thought I saw a little bumblebee hiding under a leaf.
Oh. Is that newly installed? Or did they just weed around it or something? It's not new.
Well, it's been there since 2015, apparently.
Right.
So, yeah. Maybe they just put some lime around it. Maybe it was getting too muddy around the seat.
Yeah. It doesn't look like they hydroseeded it.
No.
And normally when they do that, they put a fence around it to protect it while it's...
Do we want to continue around the lake, or would you like to take Peter's path?
No, I think we should do the other route. I looked on the map and it looks like it'll take longer to do.
Peter's path it is then. You want a drink, buddy? He's onto something else.
He has had quite a bit to drink today. I like to just dump some fresh water into it in case that's his reasons for not. Quigley, you want to drink some water? Drink the water. Nah, he's not. I'm sure he's not dying of
Nah.
dehydration.
You're not, are you, buddy?
He drinks when he needs to drink, he knows. He's good. Oh yes, this is another mini. What? No, it's a golf course, but with the frisbees.
Oh, is that what this is?
Yeah, I think they call it.
Is that what
disc
those things are
golf.
for?
That's what those things are for. Yeah, those are the holes.
Okay.
For the, if it was golf, but it's catching a frisbee. Do you want to go have a look?
Things I never knew. Learn something new every day.
So all of the chains are vertically hanging, and they're designed to capture the frisbee.
Okay.
I guess you'd want it to curve in like this.
Nah. Yeah, I guess so.
But I suppose if it hits it,
yeah,
at any angle, it'll probably catch it.
Interesting. Have you ever played before?
No.
No.
No, but I've watched people play it. There's a big shed over there. Is it just for storing piles of dirt by the looks?
It looks like it could be the lime they use to redo the pathways and stuff.
Aye. I've always liked Masterton. It just always has this air of rich rural town.
Right.
Even though it's not, it does have its, what do you call it? Folks that aren't so well off. What's the box? Trap?
Oh, it's a stick box.
It's a stick box now, but what?
No, it's a dog stick box.
Oh, it's a dog stick library. What? Oh, it's PVC.
Oh, I think they might glow in the dark.
No, I don't think it will, but
No. Oh, maybe not then.
it's just PVC electrical conduit with some caps in the end. A rattly rattle. You like that,
You
Quigley?
want a stick?
My brain misread the word stick, and I thought it said stink. I was like, please return the stink to the box. Oh, really? Quigley does like sticks.
He's just not a ball fan.
Every now and again, he'll pick up a stick and he'll carry it for like a long time, like quarter of an hour. It's just carrying this stick along. I've got my stick.
He's so proud of it. Yeah, Masterton, it's got a lot going for it for a little town. I like the rural aspect of it. Obviously, I'm a big country kind of nerd.
Yeah. Well, because I'm a delivery truck driver and I often go to rural areas, and I'm pretty brave, but some people's driveways are just I think to myself, these people must really love this life if they want to drive on this driveway every day. That's how I feel about it. I lived on a farm a couple of years ago, and the only way to get our house bus in and out, well, it wasn't the only way, but the cleverest, least damaging way was to reverse the bus in from the road down this 1,000-metre long roadway to get on into the farmhouse. And that was just to make it so I could turn around. I kind of
want to go over this bridge.
Yeah, that's it. I'll follow you.
Yeah, carry on.
The farmhouse, there was enough room next to the house to turn the bus around with a lot of hard work, like a big 3-point turn kind of thing. And it was all gravel. And I didn't want to wreck the farmer's driveway by doing absurd maneuvers when it was just easy enough, really, to just reverse onto the property.
That makes sense.
And if it was the other way around, if the parking space was the other way around, then I would have reversed out of the property each time to save on that same drama. Yeah. Quigley's so chomping.
He's so excited. Yeah, some of the driveways in Wellington are pretty intense, because they're all built into the hillside.
Yep. Yeah, there's so many driveways. You look at it and you just go, nope. And you end up having to deliver on foot.
Yeah.
From the road.
It's just not worth it.
And then there's some that are borderline worth it, but only if you're doing a big job. Do
everyone want to go this way or that way?
I don't know. Yeah. Let's go that way.
So many options.
I'm
not
aimless.
Right or wrong.
I'm aimless. Yeah, so if you're going to go, and if you're going there to help somebody move out of their house, then it can be worth all the effort to get the truck all the way to their house.
Yeah.
But if you're just delivering something small, then it's definitely not worth the effort. Or the risk.
Yeah, that's an important distinction, because if you're, like you say, moving house, you're going to be going up and down that driveway on foot a lot, carrying heavy objects probably.
Yep. What are you looking for, Quigs?
He's reading the doggy newspaper.
Well, I'll say this because we're recording with the microphones. I think there's a sound quality difference between recording with these microphones and recording with the microphone that's built into the phone. So I guess if I'm going to try and ask people in the future to make comments on this video, what I'd like is your feedback with this video versus most of the videos we've made so far. With the sound quality, do you notice a big difference? Is it a big enough or difference to bother you? Like, does it, you know, if you've been enjoying the other videos and then you come onto this one and listen to the sound quality change, is it jarring? Is it disappointing? Or does it sound okay? I know it sounds different, but how different? And I guess, you know, people with their hi-fi systems will be the best people to give feedback on that. Wow, where are we? Which way? Fork in the roads? That way. That way?
Yeah. Should we go this way? I think there might be a little, down one of these parts, I think there's like a little, not fortress, but you know what I mean? Like a little thing you can climb on.
Oh, yeah?
I can't remember which one, but I think it may be this one.
It looks like a nice tree for sniffing. Oh, I'm stoked that you learned what the golf course is, the frisbee golf, because it's interesting to know that every time you've been here before, you didn't know.
Yeah,
you just looked at those and went, "What are those?"
I don't even know if I even saw them or how long they've been there. To be honest, because it's been a long time since I've come this way. It's funny, I live here, but it's one of those things, isn't it? You live in the area and you hardly ever go there until someone from out of the area comes and visits. And
there's a YouTube channel that I admire. It's this guy called Steve, and his channel's called Stealth Camping with Steve.
That sounds cool.
And he likes looking for places a little bit like this, where it's sort of a public place and people are going past all the time, but he likes to just hide in the bushes and set up camp for the night.
Yeah, that sounds fun. I have to look that up.
Stealth camping with Steve. My response to that is that I'm blatant camping. It's blatant camping with Marlon. I toyed with the idea of having a channel called
alliteration, but it works.
Yeah, it doesn't have the alliteration, you're right. But blatant camping. I like Steve's stealth camping channel, but definitely am a blatant camper. what's another word for blatant? In not inconspicuous, conspicuous.
Yeah.
Conspicuous
the other
camping.
one.
Hey, yeah, that's right. That works.
Conspicuous camping too. That's an alliteration.
Well, it is. Yeah, that's why I like it. That on the verge of talking about the 6 o'clock news, but I would call every single one of those freedom protesters that camped on the Parliament lawn a couple of years ago. I'd call them conspicuous campers.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely fits the bill.
Didn't. There's a bit of a play on words, almost, because it builds and acts and laws and.
Yeah. What is that? Oh, it must be for
the golf
to
course.
tell them where the. Yeah.
So this is a start. This is where you drive.
Where you throw from.
It's weird. Frisbee golf and golf lingo, whether the lingo goes together or not. But this is a starting point, the beginning of a hole, so to speak. Which way's your fortress, left or right?
I have no idea. I thought it was around this way, so I guess maybe right. I might be even completely in the wrong direction, but we'll find out. Makes it fun. Don't know what you're going to come across.
I've got a good sense of direction, so I know we're sort of aiming back towards where we started, back towards the lake, going this way. The lake's over there.
Yeah. You can always join back onto that pathway again. It could be that it was further on down that other path. I do not know.
Oh, it looks like private property over there.
They sometimes have deer grazing there.
Oh, and that fence over there, not in this paddock.
Yeah.
The fence ain't high enough.
Yeah.
I was like, the first thing my brain thought when you said that was, but deer would just jump that fence.
Deer can jump the deer fences anyway.
I know, right?
It's amazing. They're so springy.
Well, this guy almost jumped in for a swim. That's some pretty clean looking water, really.
Eating your salad.
He does eat grass. I really don't know why. Sometimes he vomits it back up if he has too much. And sometimes I think maybe that's why. Maybe he wants to vomit,
I think that is a definite thing. Cats and dogs do eat grass sometimes if they need a purge, but...
All right.
But then dogs are kind of omnivorous anyway, so they can handle a certain amount.
I think that the other attraction to it might be the water that's on the grass.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that he does it more frequently when the water's wet or frosty or...
Good when it's frosty, it's got that extra crunch.
Yeah.
Oh well, no fortress that way.
Another stone bridge over there.
Yeah, I think that was the one we passed over before, wasn't it? Or is it a completely different one? Nah, it's going to be the same one. Frank and Raz. No, Frank and Ray.
Frank and Ray. R-A-E.
Yep.
Is that a name? I guess it must be.
I think it's short for something. Maybe like Raywin or something.
Yeah, I know. And also I think some Rachels spell their name with the R-A-E.
Yeah.
I've got a friend called Clinton, but he calls himself Clint, and everyone calls him Clint.
Yeah.
But I always call him Clinton. And he got mad at me one time. He goes, bro, my name's Clint. And I was like, your name's Clinton. and we had this little argument. That is that bridge.
Yeah.
We had a little argument about it, and I said, well, my name ends in ON too. And I guess that's my reason for not being lazy about your name. You and everyone else can be lazy about your name, but I'm not going to. And anyway, I can't be lazy about my name. What do I get if I try to shorten my name? It's Mars or Mal. So I'm going to be your one friend, bro, that gives you the respect of saying your whole name, even if you feel it's disrespectful.
And he's probably going to be that one friend who just starts calling you Marley.
Probably, yeah.
Hey, look at the rainbow.
Oh, yeah. Rainbow. This way this time?
Yeah, let's do that. It's actually pretty nice going for a walk when it's cold, isn't it?
Yep. I honestly, yeah, especially if I'm feeling cold, I'm like, come on, quickly, let's go for a walk. Because I appreciate the exercise to warm me up.
Oh, just some more salad.
Salad. Salad. I'm loving the relaxed terrain and everything compared to yesterday's walk.
Yeah.
Because we went up a mountain climb following a stream with stream crossings. And I read the description before I went, so I knew it was going to be a gumboot walk.
Yep.
You're not allowed to wee on that. Got to make sure he doesn't wee on man-made things. Oh, that's right, treats. I'm give him some treats.
You got a treat, buddy.
Quigley.
What's this? He knows what's up.
Who knows? Who knows what's
You know.
up? Sit.
Oh, good boy.
You can throw them into his mouth.
How good at catching are you?
Very
good.
Catch.
He's ready. How good at catching are you? may not want to eat a dog treat.
I used to impress my friends at school with catching food in my mouth, throwing it up in the air and going...
Popcorn or something.
Banana was my favourite.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because, you know, you can easily segment that off and throw it up in pieces.
Although if you miss and you got smushed all over your face.
One of the impressive things I did with the banana peel was go to my mates. They were all sitting there. Imagine them sitting there. And I looked and there was a bin over there about where that tree is.
Yeah.
And I was like, I bet you I can get this in the bin. And I threw it up like that without looking and then turned and watched it drop into the bin.
Nice. You weren't wrong. You could definitely do that.
And then they're like, but you can't do it again. And then I did it again. Oh, I've got the treat bag. I'm in the midst of trying to put it away quickly. All right, I'll give you a treat. Sit. Oh, kapai kuri. Good boy. That's a good boy. Oh,
sounds like you've got a good balance in between yesterday's walk and today's.
Well, opposite ends of the spectrum, really. What could be more relaxed than this? A treadmill.
Got that water sound, very zen.
Yep. Yeah, we spend a lot of time at beaches because of that I'll tell you, with our motorhome, that's one of the things I most like to park up next to is the sound of a stream.
Yeah, it's quite welcoming and homely. I feel like that's part of, you know, like hardwired into our human DNA is the sound of water because it's so important to us. But then also the sight of watching a fire.
Yes. Oh my God, that's primal.
Yeah, those two things just...
That reminds me of the most enjoyable feature of your birthday party that we came up for. That bonfire was magnificent.
My dad always makes amazing bonfires. You gonna go for a swim?
Oh, so before you arrived, I pulled up over there and I was getting in the midst of deciding where to park the bus. And my friend Maria's parked there.
Oh,
And she's she's a van lifer. She's got quite a big van
yeah.
that she lives in.
Oh,
She's been
awesome.
in it for a couple of years, and we're always bumping into each other. And I didn't even know she was up here.
Yeah. So many little alignments this weekend.
Yeah, yeah, especially with my friend Georgie and her partner. I'm not sure if they're friends or partners, but she said something about maybe them being a couple. I'm not sure. But they've got a bus each. So that's kind of like maybe they're just friends. But anyway, they're in town too. It's just
Oh, wow.
oh, this is the thing you're talking about?
No, but
This is
we can
another
go down
thing.
there if you want.
I don't know if we'll bother, but I do appreciate just taking the time to point the camera at it for the viewers.
This wasn't the thing I was thinking of, but it's still pretty cool.
It must have a purpose. Maybe it was a swimming pool.
I think aesthetic just looks nice, but I don't know. Maybe there is some sort of...
Have to ask some locals who know. Dammed over here.
Yes, so it might be part of that, perhaps. It could be, like I said, the how they divert the river.
Yeah.
So the river's just over there. Perhaps that's something to do with it.
Aye. Oh, Quigley wants to follow you.
You want to come too, Quigley? Come, buddy.
I wonder if I can just hold him from here. Ah, Quigley, this way. Oh. You're
Changes
magically
mind.
awkward sometimes, my dog. You got some pretty cool shoes there, Everly.
I found them at a second-hand shop.
Yeah.
Like all the best things, I think.
Yeah. I wonder where they're from.
I have no idea. But they fit in, and I quite liked how they were sort of barefoot and wide. I like to be able to feel the ground when I'm walking.
Yeah. I noticed that my gumboots, I can feel the ground quite a bit wearing them. But it just makes me want to take them off and actually feel the ground.
Yeah, that's true.
Whereas with my work shoes, if I go walking in them, they've got like super safety soles on them. You can't feel really anything through them.
Stompy, clompy boots.
And then these shoes are just sort of sporty shoes. But they don't give me much connection to the earth. Oh,
yeah, it's interesting because most shoes are sort of either rubber or plastic soles. And it does kind of sever your connection because the electrical field of the earth is completely insulated by the rubber or the plastic. I think back in the day, they would have had leather-soled shoes, I guess, which wouldn't have inhibited that. But obviously isn't as sturdy either. And wouldn't offer a lot of grip.
Yeah, you can't be in there. It's a children's play area. Oh, it's an exercise.
Yeah. A muscle buster, they call it.
Oh.
Everyone gets about halfway and then gives up.
Oh, wow. If you lined up me and all my workmates on that thing, none of us would give up. We're also competitive.
I've done it before. I don't know if I could do it now. I feel like I was a lot stronger back then, but who knows?
I sort of feel like I'm the strongest I've ever been in my present life.
That's awesome.
Even if I'm not, even if I've been stronger in the past, I have a psychology of feeling strong, you know?
Yeah.
And so I don't know, to be honest with you.
I think that's very healthy.
Yeah. The only thing that bugs me is the knowing I'm getting old feelings. The you know, it's good to have the strength and all, but when it comes time to rest and heal, that's when you feel your body going, ugh! And that's
so important as well.
What have you found, Quigley?
A leafy stick and some mushrooms.
Is that a mushroom?
I think so.
It's a ball.
Is it a ball? I think it's like a puffball, right?
It's hard.
It's hard? Or is it an avocado pit?
No, it's not. Well, if it is, then it's...
Oh, Quigley. Very excited.
I don't know. Do you want to examine it?
It looks like some sort of seed pod, I think.
Yeah. Are there any
because
more
there's another
around?
one similar.
Oh, look, here's another one.
Yeah. So I feel like it must be a seed pod off a tree.
Is this just a smaller one of those? Or is that something else? That's, what is it?
It looks like a walnut, doesn't it? Kind of. There's another one. Oh, there's a couple there too.
Yeah.
Huh. You want it, Quigs?
No.
It's funny, I was here the other weekend actually with Tim, and we were laughing at the monkey bars because it's not as fun when you're tall enough to touch the ground now.
Yeah. It's like hanging upside down. Used to hang upside down on some poles, but then when you get larger, your head hits the ground.
Yeah.
Or or some part of you, your hands maybe. Herbicide sprayed. That just reminds me of the word herb and how I like herbs. Have you got some favourite herbs?
Herbs are good. I don't know if I have any favourites in particular. They all have their benefits.
All right, we're 40 minutes into recording, so that's good. I think we'll actually get to the hour. I'm just checking my microphone. It's got a green light, which is good.
Green for go.
Green as in we're not wasting our time. With a flat battery. The potential for a flat battery. As long as they go for an hour, I'm happy. And then it's annoying. I mean, I could just put my microphone, attach it to the phone somewhere.
See, that's smart.
What's smart?
Putting it on your phone.
Well, I'm usually recording with the phone.
Yeah.
I can't find a way to attach it, but I mean that's where probably an ideal spot for it.
I have a feeling that mine's just going to be a lot of my coat rustling, but We'll see.
Well, that's what makes the sound different with these microphones, is there's some built-in noise cancellation technology.
Okay. That's clever.
So I've noticed, I've been out and tested them when the winds are really high to see how that goes, and it's just weird because it goes quiet, but then whenever anyone talks, you can hear them talk and the sound of the wind. So it's almost like you'd rather just listen to the sound of the wind. You know what I mean? Like, instead of quietness and then blah. That's the best way I can describe it. I have dreams of getting the Insta360 camera. Have you seen any of the footage that generates?
No.
So it films full-time in 360 degrees.
Wow.
And that's
pretty trippy.
It levels digitally. So even if the camera rotates, the video that you get out of it stays still. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't tilt.
That's impressive.
And then the editing software that comes with it allows you to create, you know, a normal video that people can watch. So you can choose the angle in that editing process. And a lot of motorcyclists use it. Okay. And they'll put it on a big selfie stick off the back of their bike while they're riding. And then in the edit process, they can choose the view for the viewers, like rotate the camera around, and there's also zooming into the footage that's created. So, and then there's a truck driver I know, I don't know him, sorry, that I follow, who's a New York State semi-truck driver, and he puts his Insta360 camera on the side mirror of his truck, so you can see from his point of view, more or less.
Who's that? Quick, the buddy.
And at the same time as recording that, he will put a drone up into the sky.
No way.
Above his truck, looking down on it. So you can, and then when he edits it, he has half of the screen is the top-down view from his drone, and the other half is the edit of his 360 camera looking around at everything surrounding his point of view of the truck. That's really neat. It just comes out looking really cool. I like it. And him putting the drone up in the sky and then leaving the recording screen where he can see it while he's operating the truck, it actually gives him a clue as to what's going on around him, because he can see the traffic around him that he wouldn't normally see because of all the blind spots. I think that's quite ingenious.
That is pretty handy.
Now, I can't think of much to do with the drone except film us from over there. From up high.
Just spiral it around.
Or from up above us looking down. But that's what I plan to do. I've got a drone recently and it turned out to be a disappointment. It was promising that it had 4K cameras on it.
Yeah.
But I went through all manner of testing to try and figure out how to get 4K footage out of those cameras, and it
didn't work.
I think I got sold a lie.
Oh, that's a shame.
So I could make drone footage right now because I've got that drone, but the video quality is not that great. It's watchable, but this phone is making 4K footage, and so I need a drone that's going to make 4K footage too.
Yeah.
Just so it's not jarring
up,
for people to watch. Anyway, so I'm regarding the drone that I've got now as like a training drone.
That's good.
Just to teach myself, because it has the other features that I really want. One of them is smart follow. So I'll put this drone in the sky and then look at the image and click on me and Quigley, and then the drone will just follow us as we walk. And
that's really clever.
That's pretty clever. I really want to introduce that to the YouTube channel.
That's really cool. There's so many ideas and things to be put in place, and just fun experimental.
Obstacle avoidance is the other feature that it has.
So like trees and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. and this other thing called optical flow. I think that's designed to try and help it combat wind. Now they can only cope with so much wind,
Yeah.
but the wind will try and make the drone go off course. But if it's got technology in it where it's looking at the ground, and if it were to start moving off course, it knows.
So you can
It's
kind
got-
of counterbalance that.
yes,
Yeah.
but it also has, there's a maximum wind that it can cope with, and then it just won't work.
Yeah.
That feature.
I guess it makes sense. Everything has its limitations.
Yeah.
But that's really impressive.
I think the camera module can actually be upgraded on it. I could probably maybe search for just the camera module, but
That's not a bad idea.
yeah. But then I'm also back to the drawing board on the whole idea, because the camera that's on it does not have a gimbal, and through flying it, I realised that should have been a feature that I wanted from the start. And that this camera doesn't have a gimbal. The gimbal keeps the camera steady even if the craft is on a tilt.
Okay.
And I think that's a desirable feature, because I
Yeah.
noticed from flying this drone that I've got that, you tilt the drone and the whole image tilts, and it's kind of annoying.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you can get some good footage, but I would rather that the viewers not have to put up with the image suddenly tilting. So if I were going to use the footage that it creates, I would edit out
Yep.
the jarring footage and just keep the good bits of steady flight. Oh, yeah.
Go this way, I guess.
Either way, they both merge again.
Yeah, they both merge.
And check out the vet clinic. There's quite a few vet clinics around Masterton, eh?
Yeah.
Or I mean, Wider Upper in general.
Yeah, there are quite a few.
There needs to be.
Which is handy. Yeah, I guess being a rural area, like some of them deal with cats and dogs, and other ones are sheep and cows and horses.
And some of these vets will jump into a vehicle and hoon to the farm.
Yes, definitely. We've had them a few times to us over the years.
Oh, I wonder what Katie's got planned for dinner.
Over the bridge. Oh, my microphone. That wasn't very secure.
Is it still...
It's still working.
I've never noticed your tattoo before.
It's new.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
well,
why.
new since I last saw you, at least.
Right. How long have you had that tattoo? That's such a cool one.
Thank you. It's my 3 of my horses. I got it in March last year. And
Did you mark a particular occasion with getting it, or?
it was just before my birthday.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a gift to self, or somebody maybe gifted it to you?
No, gift to myself. I saw, it was actually one of the flash tattoos online that I saw an artist I follow on Instagram, and I really wanted to get it, but unfortunately he's overseas. So I went to an amazing guy in, well, he was in Tamahere, but he's moved over to France now with his family, which is really cool.
Where's Tamahere? Is that
It's in
Waikato?
Hamilton way, yeah.
Yeah. I thought so. That's why.
And
Sorry, mate.
so the 3 horses are my first pony that I got, who carried me through my childhood, my next pony who carried through my teenage, early 20s, and the horse that's carrying me now.
Right.
So it's sort of like a past, present, future type thing. And we had a little ceremony. So I had tail hair, humanely just trimmed from my 3 horses, and I went around Mum and Dad's farm and found some of my favourite trees that I really vibe with, and we burnt those in a little coconut shell and ground them up, all the ashes, and mixed it in with the ink.
Nice.
And then
Wow.
he tattooed it with cactus needles.
Oh, wow.
So hand poke, yeah.
That's how much. How did you know that that could be achieved? Did somebody tell you about that, or did you research it yourself?
It was just I kind of discovered it as I was kind of on that journey of, okay, I saw this beautiful tattoo that I wanted to get done and what it represented for me. And it just kind of, I didn't go out of my way to research it or anything. The information just sort of, I stumbled across it at a good time. And it all sort of came together because I approached him and said, would this be possible? Can you kind of, I do follow Danny, his name is, on Instagram too, and I'd seen him practicing with various alternative, well, I guess it's not really, well, I guess it is alternative, but it would be traditional more than using the tattoo needles that people use now.
But it's, you know, like if you're a good enough tattoo artist and you know how it works in and out and all how it works with human physiology and all of that, you just adapt. Yeah,
it's amazing. But yeah, I'd seen him experimenting using ashes for ink as well. So I knew that he would possibly be approachable to that idea.
Right. And Danny's in France now, did you say?
Yeah. He is American and his wife is French, and they moved to New Zealand and they loved it here, but it was just getting really difficult to see family often, and they have this beautiful place that they've found, and he's very much into archaeology and caving and cool stuff like that. So it's the area that they're living in is exactly that. There's so many, there's an amazing history museum, lots of cave art and caves to explore. I'd love to go over there at some point and see it for myself and get another tattoo.
Yeah. Do you reckon, does that mean you'd like to track down Danny again?
Oh, I'm still in contact with him. Yeah. I think I would like to get another tattoo from Danny, but I think I would also like to go to Australia and get a tattoo from the guy who designed the first one.
Right, yep. Something good smelling about that bridge, eh, Quigs?
It's a good smelling bridge.
Oh, thanks for sharing your story about your tattoo and all of that. And
thanks for asking.
Aye. I think I'm going to turn off the recording now. But for folks that were listening to earlier in the recording, I was talking about my friend Maria being here. Well, that's her van there. There's our bus. And yeah, I think that's about it for the recording, I think. So thanks for coming along as a guest on the recording, Emily.
Thanks for inviting me. It's been fun.
My whole vibe with this daily dog walk recording is just to do what I would be doing every day anyway. and turn it
May
into
as well
a
make
video
it more
blog.
fun.
Hey, me and my dog enjoying our life. And I would like for this channel to get sponsored from viewers around the world so that we can afford to go to the rest of the country more.
That would be cool. Yeah, go and explore some places.
Most of our viewers are from the United States, I have to tell you, and
Oh, that's
the UK.
crazy. That's really cool.
Yeah. I think it's just that people love New Zealand, so.
That makes sense, yeah. That definitely has a draw card.
Good way to see New Zealand with us.
Through the
doing
eyes of a dog.
Yeah. And there's no like hyper AI editing or anything going on with our channel.
No.
We're just grassroots, normal folks living life.
Yeah, no, that's always good. Just straight up.
Sweet. Okay, I'm going to kill the recording now. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you on the next one. Oh, it's 4 o'clock. Nice.